Hey, this is Miss Obermeyer again. So I'm going to show you the third enrichment project. So this one is going to be again using masking, but we will be using the hue and saturation adjustment layer to change the color of something. Okay, so what we're going to do is go to our open from computer button here and select a picture. I'm going to pick a picture of my nephew that I did his senior, his graduation pictures last summer because he graduated last summer from high school. All right, and he has these really pretty blue eyes, and his shirt matches. But what I'm going to do is change the color of his eyes and his shirt. Okay, so to do this one, what we're going to do is go to the adjustment layers over here and go to hue and saturation. And where is it? Hue, saturation, right here. Okay, now if you haven't played around with the hue and saturation layer, it's pretty fun. You can, what it allows you to do is to change the colors of the entire picture. Now it doesn't, in this case it's a global change. That means it's changing the whole thing. So it kind of is making everything different colors. So I have to decide what color I would like to make his eyes. I like this kind of yellow green. Let's see, right in here. So I think I'm going to do that. Now, of course, his skin tone looks purple. So, I mean, if you're going for a weird look, that's fine. But we can bring back the original color of his, skin. Okay. So what I'm going to do is do that using the mask. So I'm going to click on the mask over here, go to the brush. I like to bring the hardness of the brush down a little bit. Let's go with about 80%. And that way you get a little bit of a softer edge. It kind of helps to blend it all in. Now, I do want a large portion of this to go back to the normal color. So I'm going to start with a very large brush. Remember that I use the bracket tools that are to the right of the letter P on the keyboard. Oops. And I have to switch to black on top. So we have black and white because with our masking, black is going to cut through to the next layer and white brings back that layer. So up here, make sure you're on normal, 100% opacity, 100% flow, 0% smoothness. Okay, so now I'm going to go in and get as much as I can without getting too close to the edge, well, to the things that I have to be a little more careful of. That I just caught the edge of his shirt there. Okay, there, get in as close as I can. Okay, and in here I'm going to have to start to bring down the brush, so it's going to take a little bit longer. So I don't want him to have blue lips. I just want to change the color of his eyes. So I'm going to go in here, paint around, get in nice and close. Okay. And over here, I have to get close to the edge. And here. You can use this selection tool as well. Sometimes it gives you kind of a harsh edge though, so you have to be careful. I'll go back and fix some of the areas that where I accidentally brought back the original color where I shouldn't have. Oops. Zach is going to Illinois State right now. This is Zach. Now, that's kind of interesting with the blue outline, but not for Zach. I kind of like it though. All right. Oops. Got in a little too close there. And make sure I've got Oh, and I've got to get his skin tone back in here. Okay, so now I have to go back in and, fine tune this. So I'm going to zoom in, Command plus, switch to white. I'm going to switch back and forth to white. So when I zoom in, I can see, better how this looks. There we go. So right now I'm working on the parts that need to be brought back to the changed color. So I'm bringing back the Hue and Saturation Layer. Okay. And then I'm going to switch to black and fine tune my edge here. Oops. It does take some time sometimes to get it right. All right, switch again. Do I have, maybe I'll make it a little bit softer. Go down to 72. Kind of feather it in a little bit. Okay, so you have to carefully go through and make sure everything is the right color. There we go. Okay, now Command 0. There's still a few little things here that I should get to, but I don't want to make this too long there. But oh yeah, I got to get his eyes though, definitely. So I'm going to zoom up here. Okay, switch to white. Remember the X will allow you to go between black and white quickly and easily. Again, it's a kind of cool look. You could definitely use this for the right person. I don't think Zach would like to have purple eyelids, but it might look really cool on someone else. Okay. And then I'm going to make sure in here. Oops, that's kind of looking blue. And I'm going to maybe bring the original color back in the corner of his eye there as well. Now the color is not looking as intense as I would like it to be, so maybe I'm going to go back and work on that a little bit too. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I do see that it's not perfect here yet. I really would have to work a little bit more on this, but again, I do want to move on so that this doesn't get too long. All right, so, whoops, but then again, I want to keep going. All right, okay, so with the hue and saturation, now if I want to make the color more intense, I can bring up the saturation. I'm going to have to go back in. Here, let me show you the entire thing. Okay, I've got to zoom out, so let me do that. Okay. Again, I would have to fine tune this a little bit. So with saturation, it makes it the color more intense, or I can make the color less intense. That's actually much more pleasant looking. Okay. I can also go back and change the color at any time. So I can, just decide what color I want that to be. His eyes don't seem quite as intense as I was hoping. Maybe let me go back and look real quick here. I'm going to zoom in and use the white brush to make sure that, yeah, I guess his eyes were kind of a little bit more gray looking in the picture. Okay, so now again, if I switch them, yeah, I'm not really getting a lot of color in there. Yeah, but anyways, let me zoom out again. Yeah, but the shirt looks really good. Okay, so I can play around with the color of the shirt and the saturation of the shirt. There we go. That's really nice, really cool. Okay, so you can decide what color, you would want to give the person. You can change the color of anything you want that way. All right, so again, just one more enrichment project. If you do this one, I would want to see the original and the change, just so I can see how you changed it, because it's a little less obvious. Okay, so save it, and that is it. Good luck on that. Have fun. Bye.